You have the why questions, and those are answered by Al-Alim, Al-Hakim, Al-Latif, Al-Khabir. And then you have the when questions, and those are answered by Al-Qahhar, Al-Jabbar, Al-Mutakabbir. Then you have the how questions. The how questions are when you look at a situation and go, how in the world is this going to change? And there's a particular type of helplessness that comes from staring at what appears to be the end of the road and submitting yourself to an outcome of defeat, whether it's on a personal or an ummah level. Think about Laylatul Qadr, the night decree, which we will be seeking in these last 10 nights to come. The root word of Qadr, being divine decree, also shares in the root of power. So it's not wrong to say that one of the meanings of Laylatul Qadr is that it's also the night of power. Because who has the power to decree for everyone, forgive everyone, monitor everyone, and record everyone all in one night? Who other than Allah is able to change the whole world while clogging the heavens with angels who descend and ascend at His command without missing a single thing? So if you're talking about your personal issues, Allah has the power to forgive you for everything you've ever done and to rectify your situation and to write for you a lifetime of good deeds without any objection or limitation. And if it's the situation of the ummah, Allah can destroy a tyrant and collapse an empire and also restore the oppressed in an instant without any objection or limitation. إِنَّمَا أَمْرُهُ إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا أَن يَقُولَ لَهُ كُن فَيَكُونَ. Verily, His command when He wants something is to simply say, be, and it is. Be, and you're forgiven. Be, and a blessing you thought was impossible arrives. Be, and an obstacle you thought was insurmountable vanishes. He lets you exhaust every plan so you can finally see that power doesn't live in your effort, but His permission. And that's what separates believers from spectators of miracles. The believer knows that the command be still echoes in everything around. He is power itself, and His power lives behind all of His names. See, some people have good qualities, but they don't have the power to execute those qualities. So you may be kind, but you don't have the means to show kindness. Or you may be brilliant, but you don't have a platform for that brilliance. Behind every name and attribute of Allah is His qudra, His power. Because if He had mercy without power, it would just be sympathy. And if He had wisdom without the power to intervene, it would just be good advice. So He is Ar-Rahman, and He shows His rahmah as He pleases, because He can. And He is Al-Jabbar, who breaks or mends as He pleases, because He can. He knows what and how to do everything, which is why you ask Him, because He can. You know, I notice when I go to certain places and you ask someone for something, they have a way of responding in that particular culture. So in Malaysia, they say, can. You ask, is it possible to do this? And mashallah, they say, can. Of course, Malaysians are humans just like the rest of us. Only Allah can say, kun fayakun, be, and it is. And look at His three names that unfold that reality systematically. Allah is Al-Qadir, Al-Qadir, Al-Muqtadir. Al-Qadir is the one who is specifically able to answer your specific challenge that feels impossible to you. What do I mean by that? Whether it's a young man sitting in his room at night with his head full of questions about his failures, or a father in Gaza holding a candle in the dark rubble of his ruined home with questions about his future. Different worlds, but the same word is echoing in both of their hearts. How? Sometimes it feels safe to say in the broadest sense, don't worry, Allah can change anything. But then someone says, but can He do that? It can feel like a cop-out to go general when you have a specific challenge that you can't seem to overcome. So Al-Qadir is used in the Quran to answer the specific questions. How will He possibly bring the dead back to life? أَلَيْسَ ذَلِكَ بِقَادِرٍ عَلَىٰ أَن يُحْيِيَ الْمَوْتَى. Is not Al-Qadir able to give life to the dead? Well, can He send a sign? قُلْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ قَادِرٌ عَلَىٰ أَن يُنَزِّلَ آيَةً. Say Al-Qadir is certainly able to send down a sign. But can He create us again in full form? أَوَلَيْسَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ بِقَادِرٍ عَلَىٰ أَن يَخْلُقَ مِثْلَهُمْ. Is not Al-Qadir, who created the heavens and the earth, able to create the likeness of them again? You'll notice these specific challenges all center on resurrection because the Arabs at the time of the Prophet ﷺ used to deny life after death. So Allah answered their specifics with this name, Al-Qadir. But for us, can He fix this marriage? Can He heal this body? Can He guide that person? Can He forgive me after all this? Or how about, can He give life to Gaza after it's been shattered to rubble? Al-Qadir says, I can. When your heart asks in specifics, Al-Qadir answers in specifics. And He places everything in due proportion and appointed time. فَقَدَّرَهُ تَقْدِيرًا. It's not random force, it's precise, measured power. Every planet in orbit and every creature runs under His command. إِنَّا كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقْنَاهُ بِقَدْرٍ. Verily we created everything with perfect measure. Notice the word here, everything. And that's His name, Al-Qadir.